Okay, so this is a simple mum, and it's designed, these were originally real flowers that people wore, think like a corsage or something, right? And then they just kind of, in the way that Texas does, got bigger and blingier, and then we developed fake flowers, and now we could keep them forever. And they typically have streamers, some kind of spirit, something, and this is where all of our organizations come in. This is going to represent all of Oak Ridge.
Last year, the year before that, Miss Neiman and I both talked about making a giant mum. Well, at first I thought it was just gonna be a mum on the wall, like in the school, like a paper one, big one. But then I was like, she goes, no, let's like make the world's largest. And so I thought it was pretty cool. So I was like, okay, yeah, I have to help with that and make it look good. Because I was like, oh, I want it to look great. And so in floral design, we already make homecoming mums and all of that. So I was like, okay, this is an easy one. So we decided we were gonna make the giant mum.
As students come in my room and we make them, it's so enjoyable, and so many students like learning about it. I thought, what if we had a giant project that we could accomplish together? A school-wide unifying project.
Like our first work day is September 9th, and we're gonna meet up here on a Saturday and try to work through maybe creating ribbons and different like flowers. So we're gonna create the flowers out of plastic tablecloths so that we don't do mum flowers because it's so expensive to buy a big mum flower. And I can make a flower that looks almost just like that for almost 10 cents basically. So it's a lot cheaper, so then we can put it all together. And then Mr. Halm is working on the base of it, him and Mr. Dutton.
This is a collaborative effort. This is a building of goals, and it shows how just bringing in something. So like I've asked each student maybe to bring in a roll of ribbon. And so this is one I purchased, and I found it on clearance, so it was $3, but just something little, or like one of these tablecloths that we're going to use to make flowers. So we're going to make the flowers out of these, but even a little contribution can build together into something large. And I feel like over COVID years, we kind of lost that sense of community and connection and what we can accomplish together. And I wanted to be able to help bring that back.
I'm Jake Barber, and I play Horton in Seussical the Musical.
My name is Kai Sibley, and I played the Cat in the Hat.
Horton's important because he's kind of the hero of the story, and so, you know, the Who's are on the little speck, and nobody can hear it except him, and so he has to save the Who's from getting boiled by the whole jungle. I think I'm a good role for this character because, you know, he sings a lot, and I've been singing my whole life, and then he's kind of emotional, and so I've been acting for a little while now, so I know how to portray those emotions.
The reason my character is important is because she's the narrator of the whole show. He/she is the narrator of the whole show. I think I'm a good role for this character because I have a lot of energy. I'm very energetic, and I'm a big character.
Horton hears this little dust speck while he's out in the jungle just chilling, and then he hears this like big noise from it, and he hears people on it, and so then, you know, he goes around telling people that he can hear people on this little speck, and people are like, you're insane, like that's weird. And then they talk about how they're gonna get rid of the speck and boil the speck in a hot steaming kettle of hazelnut oil. And so then, you know, Horton has to prove that they're all there, and he works with JoJo, who is also the other main character, and they work together to prove that the Who's really are there on the speck, even though they can't be seen. I think people enjoy this play because, you know, like I said, it's fun, and it actually has a storyline, and so, you know, for the little kids, they get to see like people in costumes and bright colors on the stage, and then for the adults, there's an actual story to follow, and, you know, they can follow along with Horton as he saves the Who's.
My favorite part about the production is just being here, actually. And people will tell their friends about it and be like, oh my gosh, theater's so fun. And they'll be like, oh, this play is like so fun. And then everyone will be like, oh, I want to be in it, or I want to be the next one. And then it just like, I don't know, just being able to set the ground rules, set the expectations for like the rest of our shows.
Probably when Horton is looking for the dust spike when it got dropped and Gertrude comes in and they have their little duet. That's like my favorite song throughout the whole play. I think this is a good play for us because, you know, we have a lot of people this year and we're kind of like a silly, playful cast. And so as a kid show, I think this is really good because it portrays a bunch of emotions because there's some sad emotions and then there's really funny emotions. So I think it's a good contrast. Our set has a lot of like pieces to it and a lot of props that we have with it. And so, you know, we don't have all the set and prop immediately when we start. And so we would have to like add it throughout the practices. And so you have to learn something new every single day. And then, you know, some people not being there every day, it's kind of hard to work if they're not there, so.
The Cat in the Hat. I used to watch that show when I was a kid, so I'm very close to the Cat in the Hat. All the places you'll go, probably. And then there's like one fish, two fish, red fish, blue fish, and then there's Cat in the Hat.
Yeah, I definitely enjoyed the Dr. Seuss books. Surprisingly, I never read about Horton, but Cat in the Hat was like my favorite person throughout like my whole childhood, and like I would dress up as Cat in the Hat all the time. So.
My name is Iniola Kadara, but people know me as Ini. I'm senior class president.
My name is Nemo Ngaine, and I'm senior class vice president.
I moved to the United States in 5th grade, and I really had a hard time adjusting. And me, like basically, me and my best friend representing a class of over 600 people is amazing to me. Because 2 years ago, if you told me I'll be in this position, I'd be like, dang, not me. But it just means a lot to me. This year, me and Nima's major goal is just to make sure that people actually have a fun senior year rather than senior picnic, like the basic. Like we're really pushing for 2 main new events, which we can't name right now, but guys, watch out. So yeah, we're pushing for 2 main events, and we're trying to just make sure the seniors remember have a memorable senior year.
One thing that I do feel that set me apart and my best friend Iniolua from the other candidates is our, literally like I've been saying, our pure intentions really. We've always been part of different clubs. We don't have really a specific friend group. We're really all over the place, if that's a word for it. So we just started having people that we know, and it's like, oh, I know her, she did this, they did this for us. And I feel like that was a lot of things that people were coming up to us like, okay, we might have not been friends, but you've done X, Y, and Z for us, and that really did show. And that's who I want to be and represent and help us make memories for our senior year.
So our responsibilities as class residents include like planning senior events, making the senior shirts, assisting Seussical with whatever they need, and just in all, like focusing on the seniors and stuff, making them feel very proud to because I know it's not easy. Those 3 years, junior year, sophomore year, freshman year, none of those years were easy. So I think I know. Class presidents, our goal in mind, our major thing is just making seniors feel happy and important in school at Oak Ridge. All seniors.
One thing that I would like to tell the class 2024 is that obviously, best year obviously, and also that we plan to make this year very memorable, and you're gonna make it. Just breathe in, breathe out, and graduation will be here before you know it.
Class of 2024, I just want to tell y'all are the best. And honestly, I personally think I'm so proud to be your president. And we're basically the best class Oak Ridge has ever had. I'm sorry, y'all, whoever is watching this. But we're basically the best class Oak Ridge has, and I'm really, really happy to be in class of 24. It's just amazing. Wow. And it's a perfect number, guys. Divides evenly.
The most important thing about child guidance is just loving kids and knowing that, they're precious and you're writing on their wall of education. The children learn how to write their names, the ABCs, 1, 2, 3, and they learn how to socialize with each other and learn what they need to have in order to be successful in school and kindergarten. The teachers benefit by being allowed to take their little ones with them. So we take 3 to 5-year-olds so they're able to bring them to school. The students get to benefit from the class by being able to make lesson plans and learn the true experience of being a teacher. I love working with kids. It's always a fun job. It's never a dull moment. Really enjoying kids helped me get into child guidance. It's one of my dreams, it's one of my ambitions, and I really love what I do. Kids love the new classroom setup. It's nice and big, and we have a great play area in our back area.